Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome for today's continuous program on Bhagavad Gita, Gita Gyan program, batch 2025, or the summary study of Bhagavad Gita. So we are here gathering every day and to go through the summary of each chapter. All right, it's a 18 days ongoing program. So my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for joining us without fail, and also to show your enthusiasm and your excitement. Your enthusiasm make me even more excited. Sometimes I don't even feel like taking a break. So it's so exciting, it's so interesting, and especially Bhagavad Gita is such a powerful literature, and what they call it is totally a transforming kind of this thing. All right. So today we're going to discuss on chapter 6. All right. Okay. So let's start our session. Slideshow. All right. So ISKCON Malaysia proudly presents okay, it's charging. All right. No, it's recording. Battery's okay. All right. ISKCON Malaysia proudly presents Gita Gyan, the essence of Bhagavad Gita, and today we are going into chapter 6. All right. So let's take darshan. Sri Radha Madhava, the side view of such a beautiful deity of Sri Radha and Krishna. If you see over here, it is the Sakis or the Gopis. Right? Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu, Dina Bandhu Jagatpate, Gopesha Gopika Kanto, Radha Kanta Namstute, Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi, Radhe Vrindavaneshwari, Vrishabhanu Stude Devi, Pranamami Hari Priye. Okay. Right, okay. Right, let's do our invocation. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashati Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Everybody, let's chant together 3 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. All right. So everybody, please kindly mute yourself. All right. Okay. So thank you. So let's start our session today. And today we dedicate our program to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Founder-Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, or called as ISKCON. And of this program is inspired by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj. And I dedicate this program to my very beloved God brother who created this fantastic program. And through this Gita Gyan program, it has spread to few countries in the world. And it started to create a mass production. That means mass production of happy people. All right. So many people are coming frustrated. They go out very happy. All right. And he created such a fantastic program, this Gita Gyan program. So we dedicate this program, today's thing, to him. Right. So now let's look at today's Gita Mahatmya, or the glories of Bhagavad Gita. All right. Now let's look at this. Sarvo Upanishado Gavo. So Sarvo Upanishad. When you combine it, it becomes Sarvo Upanishado Gavo, Dogda Gopala Nandana, Partha Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta, Dugdam Gita Amritam Mahat. Gita Amritam Mahat is Gita Mahatmya number 6. Okay, let's see how Adi Shankara very nicely summarizing this Bhagavad Gita in just this, in this simple one sloka. All right, it says Sarvo Panishadu Gavo. Sarvo means all, varieties, Upanishad. All right, so now he's mentioning all the Upanishad are like a cow. All right, cow, and the milker of the cow is Lord Krishna. All right, you see the cow here, and the one who milks the cow is Lord Krishna. All right, the son of Nanda. Arjuna is the calf. Arjuna is the calf, and the beautiful nectar of Bhagavad Gita is the milk. Then the fortunate devotees of fine theistic, all right, fine theistic intellect are the drinkers and enjoyers of that milk. What does that mean? How to understand this verse? All right. See, first, it says of all the Upanishad, there are many Upanishads. All right. They say there's a what 100 Upanishad. Okay, no, there's 100 Puranas. Upanishad. Okay, there's so many Upanishads. Okay, out of so many Upanishads, all the Upanishads are like a cow. All right, it's just like a cow. Okay, now what is the essence of that Upanishad? Right, when you see the cow eats milk, eats grass, and it grazes the grass and everything. So what is the ultimate use of a cow? The milk, because the milk creates the brain cell.
Clinic.
All right. So now the Upanishads are like a cow. That means there's so many. But now, out of all the cow products, what are the cow products that we use? Like cow dung, cow comium, right? Then all these things we use. But this, out of all that, what is that? The milk is the essential. So out of all the Upanishad, cow, okay, and Lord Krishna, what he does? He milked the cow. So he takes the cow. And when the cow will give milk, if those who have had a cow before, how when the cow doesn't simply give milk. The cow will give milk when there's a calf present. When the calf, right? When the calf is present in front of the cow, out of love, the cow will start to produce milk. All right. And now what they call this Sripad Adi Shankara is telling, Arjuna is the calf. Okay. And what is that beautiful nectarian milk? That is the Gita. Gita is the milk. And when you produce the milk, someone has to drink it. Who drinks it? The fortunate devotee of the fine theistic intellect. Those people who got a fine intelligence. All right. These are the people who enjoys that nectarian milk. All right. So this is a very nicely, it's what they call Sripad Adi Shankara said it in, you put it in words. All right. So now, who don't understand what I say? If you don't understand, just can put a thumb, hands up. I can repeat again. You all got it? All right. So no one saying anything. So I assume that you all got it. Okay. Okay, Joshi Prabhu or Mataji. All right. So you got it. Thank you. Okay. Now, who's that? Yes, Prabhu. All right. Great. So you understand. Okay. So that means out of all the Upanishad, the Gita Upanishad, that means this Bhagavad Gita is called as Gita Upanishad, is the essence of all the Upanishads. All right. Okay. Now let's look at this. Now let's go to the understanding of Bhagavad Gita. Okay. What does this what to expect from here? Okay. Now. Okay. So Lord Krishna descends specifically to re-establish the real purpose of life. All right. What is the reason Krishna descend from spiritual world? From Goloka, Vrindavan, Vaikuntha, we came down. What is the purpose? He descend specifically. That means he had a specific duty. All right. To re-establish the real purpose of life. When a man forgets that purpose. All right. When the man forgets that purpose of life, he comes to re-establish it. All right. Even that thing, out of many human beings who are awakened. That means there's so many types of human, even, when there's many human beings are awakened. All right. Awakened from what? That means they think, hey, what is wrong with me? Is there something? So they go in to look into that spirituality. They were awakening their spirituality. All right. Now, there may be one who actually enters into the spirit of understanding his position. All right. We can see it now, right? We see that so many people are very spiritual. All right. We see in all the other religion, in our religion, there's so many spiritual people and they are so advanced. There's a monk, there's a mullah, apostle, pastor, or priest. There are so many things. But all of them are speaking on the matter of spirituality, but actually rarely they enter into the spirit of understanding his position. All right? He rarely come into the understanding of his position. Okay, what actually my position? What is my constitutional position? What is our constitutional position? We are love and we serve. Right? And how to do it? That very rarely people come into that. All right. And for these kind of people who are inquisitive, Bhagavad Gita is spoken. Actually, we are all swallowed by the tigress of nations. What does that mean? Please mute. Canestian. All right. All right. Okay. Now the thing. Okay. Now there's a question. Actually, we are swallowed by tigress. Why not lioness? Or why not they put tiger? Why especially put us? Tigress means. What does this mean, tigress? So tigress is a feminine form of a tiger. Yes or not? Yes, not? So why? So why specifically they mention tigers? And what is nations means? What is the word nations means? Nations means ignorance. All right? Nations means ignorance. So that means they say, we are all swallowed by the tigress of ignorance. So what is tigress means? This tigress means Maya. Maya Devi. All right? So there's two types of Maya. So, but the thing is, Maya means is illusion. Okay? Maya means illusion. Okay? We are all under the illusion. And the illusion energy is called as Maya Devi. That's why she has mentioned as tigress of nations. Okay, then what happened? But the Lord is very merciful upon living entities, especially human beings. All right. To this end, he spoke the Bhagavad Gita, making his friend Arjuna his student. So, in other words, what we can understand from this? So, Krishna had that intention of delivering Bhagavad Gita. And he used Arjuna as the student or the medium to portray the Gita. Arjuna is a conditioned living entity just like us. But of course, he's very advanced. Not like us. Something like us, but he's super advanced. Because it's a close associate of Krishna. Embodied, in other words. Right? But all the perfect questions he's asking, Krishna is giving perfect answer. So Bhagavad Gita is a perfect question, perfect answer. Right? So now, being an associate of Lord Krishna, now Arjuna was above all ignorance. So in other words, it's not to say that Arjuna didn't know all this. He's above all ignorance.
Bring back, huh?
Right? So that means, okay, where was I? All right. So Arjuna was his associate. So that means Arjuna was above all ignorance. All right. He knows the value of life. But Arjuna was put into ignorance. He was simply put into ignorance in the battle of Kurukshetra. For what? Just to question Lord Krishna. So he can question and he will answer. Also, what the question he asked about the problem of life, so that the Lord could explain them for the benefit of future generation of human being. Then to what? Chalk out the plan of life. What is chalk out means? Maybe like nowadays, young people don't know what is chalk is all about. All right, chalk. I mean, in the modern language, we should say, what do you call? Whiteboard pen, marker. Whiteboard out, marker out. Okay, anyway, chalk means what? Chalk is a kind of long stick that you used to write on a blackboard. Okay, now you don't see blackboard nowadays. All right, they take the chalk and start to draw on they used to write in schools those days. All right, so chalk out the plan means what? To make a definite plan. How are you going to navigate your life in this birth itself? All right, how are you going to plan? So that's a plan. So the man could act accordingly and perfect the mission of human life. All right, He has to perfect the mission of human life. Okay. Now let's see. So we're going to start chapter 6. Chapter 6 is Dhyana Yoga. So a quick recap. Okay, what is a quick recap? So first we started from first chapter. We spoke on the what they call the setting of the scene. Okay, the setting of the scene. Then Arjuna became overwhelmed. Second chapter, we talk about the contents of Gita summarized. Then came to the third chapter. There we spoke about Karma Yoga. Do your job, don't expect any result. Then chapter 4, we talk about transcendental knowledge. Then chapter 5, we spoke on Karma Yoga, action in Krishna consciousness. How are you going to apply your karma activity in your distinct? All right, that's the question. Here is it. Blueprint of life. Yes. All right. So what was the thing? Okay. So that's a chapter 5. So after he said about Karma Yoga, now let's talk about Dhyana Yoga. All right. What is Dhyana Yoga is all about? And Krishna going to give you. All right. Now, another thing that we should understand, the Bhagavad Gita total 18 chapters. They are divided into 3 division. The first division is the first part. The last 6 division is the the back part, but the middle 6 division is the confidential part. So the middle 6 is the confidential part, is protected by the first front 6 and back 6. So now this chapter going to end the first division. All right, first part of the Bhagavad Gita. All right, now let's look at this. So we're just going to look at previous verse yesterday, 5.27 and 28. Okay, 5.27-28. Sparshan kritva bahir bhayangs chaksus chaivantare bruvo pranapano samau kritva nasabhyantara charinau yatendriyo mano buddhir munir moksha parayanaha vigaticha bhaya krodo niyasada mukta evaya. So what he says? So now he's explaining about this thing, okay, mind control. That means says shutting out all external sense object. Okay, shutting out, that means closing external sense object. That means now there's a camera in front of me. My eyes are looking at that camera. That's the object. So shutting down all these sense object, right? Or that means it's shutting your eyes, closing your eyes. Then what do you do? Keeping the eyes and vision concentrate between the 2 eyebrows. The 2 eyebrows, you put your eyes, look here, eyebrows. Then what do you do? Suspending inward and outward breath. That means what? You take a deep breath, you blow out, stop. Then you take a deep breath, stop. Then you breathe out, stop, breathe in, stop. Ultimately, you stop breathing. That means what? Suspending. All right, inward and outward breath within the nostril. All right, and thus controlling the mind, senses, and intelligence. Through this, the transcendentalist aiming at liberation become free from desire, fear, and anger. One who is always in this state is certainly liberated. All right. So that is the introduction from chapter 5. But now let's look at chapter 6 now. All right. But now when you talk about this kind of yogic system, what is the goal of the yoga? The goal of the yoga is to subdue our mind, to control our agitated senses, right? To bring the mind, everything in one distinct. All right. So now let's look at 6.3, what Krishna says. Aru rukshor munir yogam karma karanam uchyate yoga ruddhasya tasyaiva shama karanam uchyate. Karma karanam, shama karanam. Karma karanam means what? For the neophyte, that means for those who are starting, okay, now I'll just say this one, that's it. For one who is neophyte in the eightfold yoga system, what is eightfold? 8 called Ashtaka, Ashta. So eightfold yoga system is called Astanga Yoga, Ashta Anga. Ashta means 8, Anga means type. All right, yoga, Ashtanga Yoga. That means one who are neophyte. That means those who are beginning in Ashtanga Yoga, starting. Work is said to be the means. For them, in order to do that, they have to work for it. When they're young, they have to work for it to become perfect in Ashtanga Yoga. But one who is already elevated in yoga, those who have already achieved elevated, that means he come to the one level. what the yogi will do? Cessation of all material activities is said to be the means. That means he stopped doing activities. Okay, again, let me tell you. Karma karanam. Aru Roksha Muni. Okay, now let's look at those. Karma karanam. Karma means activity. You have to use karana means the activity or the means. Or in Malay, we call sebab. Okay, karanam, karana, sebab. That means the means of activity for the neophyte, for a new person is karma. You have to do activity. Then you have to go to work. You have to do things. You do charity, somewhere like that. But those who have come to samakaranam, shamaha. Shamaha means those who have achieved equilibrium. Right? The one achieved to the level of this thing. So what they will do, all right? They say samaka. That means these are the people who are talking about stopping the work. So when you see the sadhus, actually don't work. I mean, they don't actively involve because they have elevated. Okay. Now, yes, if you have any question, you can stop me immediately and ask. All right. Then let's look at 6.5 and 6. This is very, very important, my dear Prabhus and mothers. Uddaret atmanatmanam natmanam avasadayet. Atmaiva here atmano bandhur atmaipa ripur atmanaha. Bandhur atmanatmanastasya yenatmaivatmana jitaha. Anatmanastu shatrutve vartetatmaiva shatruvat. What Krishna says here? He says that one must deliver himself with the help of his mind. All right? You udarit. Udarit means mind. You have to deliver yourself with the help of your mind. Right? You should not use your mind to degrade himself and not degrade himself. Then he says, Atmaiva Atma Bandhur. Right? That means if the mind is a friend of a conditioned soul. All right? The man is a, what they call is a friend of this thing. At the same time, the mind is also his enemy. Shatrutve. All right? Shatru. Greatest enemy. Shatru means enemy. All right? For him who has conquered the mind. All right? Conquer the mind. The mind is the best of friends. Bandhur Atmanastan. Okay? That means those who have controlled the mind. The mind is your best friend. For one who has failed to do so, his mind will remain the greatest enemy. So, what does this mean? Right? We have to use our mind to deliver ourselves. If we cannot control your mind can become your worst enemy. All right? When a person are frustrated and they attempt to suicide, all right, what is the cause of that? Right? I was just going to draw. Okay, where is it? Let me see. Document, whiteboard. Okay. Okay. Can you see the whiteboard? I believe you have not seen like this before. This is some of my innovative way of teaching complicated things in a very simplified way. All right. All right. Now let's look at this. Where are we standing? All right. So I'm just going to give you a quick synopsis because this is going to be also the topic when it comes to the future subjects. All right. Number one, first we have this thing called the outer layer. All right. The outer layer, this is called as the gross body. All right. Which is made of 5 material elements. All right. It's made of 5 material elements. This is the gross body. All right. Then we have another body, which we call it as the All right, there's another body called subtle body. This is called as subtle body. All right, we call this subtle body. So this subtle body means what? This subtle body has 3 elements. And what is that element? The elements that they have is mind, mind, intelligence, and ego. They have these subtle element. What is intelligence? Okay. My spelling is correct. Intelligence. All right. I hope my spelling is correct. Intelligence. Intelligent. Right. Just put intelligent. Okay. No need to complicate. Mind, intelligent, and ego. Right. That is the form of subtle body. How to understand this? This gross body is made of 5 elements like air, water, ether, fire, space. And of course, got others, total 20. I don't want to go into that detail. We're going to discuss in the future. And this subtle body start to have this called mind, intelligence, and ego. Right? When you are angry, where do the anger come from? Huh? When you get angry, the anger come from the mind, come from the nose, from where? When you are in love, where do the feeling come from? You know, when you are feeling satisfied, where do the feeling come from? The feeling that comes from a kind of a place which is cannot be seen with our gross vision. That is called the subtle body. That is called the subtle body. All our problems are actually arising from this place, right? Actually, all our troubles are not coming from here. All our troubles are coming from here. And our body is only reacting. Suddenly you're angry, you want to accelerate the car. Is the car accelerating by itself, or you became agitated, you're pressing the pedal? Right? You can keep the car very nicely, or you can smash the car. The car has nothing to do. But the one who are performing is the person who are driving. Similarly, it is the subtle body. At the time of death, this body destroys. In this subtle body, it goes into it goes into varieties of body. All right. So then, now, when you look at this, so inside the subtle body, there's a place the pure soul is trapped. The soul is trapped or embodied or encaged. So the soul is the thing which is pure by nature. Pure by nature. But because of that conditioning, all right, because of that conditioning of what happened? Why is it not coming? All right. Because of this okay, I just take the thing, right? Okay. Because of that conditioning of this gross body element, all right? I'll give you an example. An eagle laid an egg. That egg somehow or rather dropped from the eagle's nest. And it somehow or rather rolled into a chicken den. After the thing rolled into a chicken den, the chicken saw and they were surprised. How come my egg became so big? Anyway, the chicken start to give heat and the egg hatched. When the egg hatched, what happened? The baby eagle thinks that he's a chicken. He start to act like a chicken, scratching the ground and looking for a worm. But forgetting it is supposed to be the king of the sky. But he is simply acting like a chicken. Right? Because of that conditioning. Like that, we have gone through so much of conditioning. And through this conditioning, what happened? All the things are stored into the subtle, All these things are stored in this subtle body, which comes in mind, intelligence, ego. All these things are stored into this. I give you a good example. Do you know scientists have discovered how many times a fly flapped the wing? Do you know that? Come on, let's participate. Have you heard about it? You know the fly? No, the fly flapped the wing, right? Cannot be seen. They found out how many times a fly can flap the wing. How do they know? Right? They know how this animal who cannot be seen, they know the habitat. Come on. It may take a lifetime, but they just can simply find out why. All these are the previous impression of being born in that life. Formerly, this fly was an ant. Formerly, this fly was a fly. Right? Or maybe the fly is a donkey. He just could understand. So the old memory is still there. So these are the conditioning. And through this conditioning, we are suffering. All this thought in subtle body. So when this body, so now, when this gross body is destroyed out of some reason, right? When this body destroys, okay, then when the soul accepts another body, okay, say the soul accepts another body, okay, it will still go back, the subtle form still go into that body. Then after this square body destroyed, now it takes a new body, which is the triangle body. Also the same thing. The what they call the subtle form will still enter that. All right, like that. With the what they call the subtle body is taking a person from all these, from varieties and varieties and varieties in that 8.4 million species. Right? Okay. Now all this. So now everything. So now when you look at this, what is that core problem? What is that core problem? Where actually our problem, who that can make us, can what they call, can develop us, that means can liberate us, or can push her even worse? Who can do that? What subtle element? The mind. The mind is the most important element. The mind is the one that keeps all the memory, the impression, the logic. All right. So when sometimes some certain things happen, it gives a what they call signal to the intelligent. So when the intelligent start to give signal, the intelligent will produce and what they call, it will go through the thing and gives evidence back to the mind. Okay, give back the result of this. Is it like for example, now I want to look something, I click, right? So that is mine. And after that, the result come back. So the intelligent look where, like AI, chat GPT or whatever, they just look, it give it back to you. The intelligent gives back the information. After the thing, intelligent, after give the thing, the mind will instruct the ego to act. All right? The ego to act. And how the ego will act? Ego will act in such a way, all right, through the gross body, right? It acts through the gross body. That means either it acts through the eyes, acts through this thing, and all the expression of that thing will be shown. Okay, ego will be use the material body to express everything. But where do the problems start? In subtle body. All right. So far, you all got what I'm saying. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying it very briefly, of course, because this is going to be another beautiful subject that we're going to discuss in the future. All right. No question. I assume you understand. All right. All right. Now, okay. Now let's look at this. So that's why Krishna says, one must deliver himself with the help of his mind, but not to degrade himself. We must use our mind to elevate. At the same time, the mind is the conditioned soul. Because if the mind, it becomes your best friend, just look at these people here. How happily they are using their mind in a proper way, and they are in great ecstasy. And now you see what happened to the person who failed to control his mind. The sad reality of life. What is the sad reality of life? Okay. So now we saw the thing. What happened when a person who are not being able to control the mind, when the mind becomes worst enemy. 6.7. Jitatmana prashantasya paramatmana samahita shitoshna sukha dukkeshu tata manapamanayoho. Now Krishna says this. He says, for one who has conquered the mind, the super soul is already reached. That means simply by conquering the mind, as we have discussed just now, right, in a whiteboard, the mind is an entity and you are the soul and you have to use it to conquer it. It's that element given to you, right? It's the element given to you. And this element, which is lifeless, is actually conquering you and ruling you. All right? How is that possible? Yes, sometimes we see in our modern life, you know, we go and say like we buy a house. Okay, we buy a house, we buy a big car, we buy all these things, but end of the day we cannot maintain it and we became drowned in it. So looks like the house is, just to maintain that house, a man has to work like a dog. Just to maintain the lifestyle, the person have to slog like a dog, right? Work hard day and night. For what? Just to maintain the house. Work day and night for what? So I can maintain my Mercedes. So for that over endeavoring. So similarly, this is one example I'm telling you that you can see with your eyes. But there's something that you cannot be seen in your eyes, which is your mind. Your mind is an entity that has to be subdued. And it's not a joke. All right? Because Krishna says, if you can conquer the mind, the super soul already reached. Because he has attained tranquility. Tranquility means stability. To such a man, the man who have, which man you were talking about? So, all right. So that means for one who has conquered the mind, the super soul already achieved. All right. For he has attained tranquility. For such a man, which man? The man who have conquered the mind. The man that conquered the mind. For that person, happiness and distress. Okay. For these people, happiness and distress. Heat and cold. Honor and dishonor are all the same. Tata mana pamanayo. What's that? For him, everything same. When a person criticizes him, he don't get carried away and all this. So who are these people? These are the yogis that sits in the Himalayas. You know, they can. There's one story. You know, I think you all should have seen. The guy was standing on the snow, but at the feet, the snow is actually melting. The guy on a loincloth, komalam, on a loin like a Japanese underwear. That, but sitting in the snow and meditating. He seems to be okay only. Why? Because that person has actually achieved that. He has totally conquered his mind. All right? Because this thing happened, there's nothing actually matters to him. All right? Heat or cold, whatever, nothing matters. Now, 11 and 12. Verse 11 and 12. Shuchau deshe pratistapya stirang asanamatmanaha natyuchiritam nati nicham chaila jina kushotaram tatrekagram manakritva yata chittendriya kriya upavishyasane yunjat yogam atmana vishuddhaye. So now Krishna is explaining now, okay, now let me explain to you how to practice yoga. So first you want to practice yoga. Paramampang Prabhu, please. All right. Okay. I know you're trying to make your screen bigger, but actually you're accidentally drawing things. All right. Now what Krishna says. All right, let's look at this. He said, to practice yoga, all right, one should go to the secluded place and should lay a kusha grass on the ground. All right. So when a person want to practice yoga, he should go to the secluded place, a place that is an isolated place. On that place, you must put a kusha grass. What is kusha grass? Darba pullu. You know, sometimes the kusha grass on the ground. After you put the thing on a kusha grass, then you cover it with deer skin. Why deer skin? When you put a deer skin, this kind of an ant, snake, and all these kind of things that are going to poisonous stuff will never come near you. All right? And on it, you put a soft cloth. Then after that, he said, the seed should be neither too high or neither too low. Neither too high, neither too low. And should be situated in sacred place. Shuchau Deshe. My God. So, Shuchau Deshe. The place should be Shuchau Deshe. What does Shuchau Deshe mean? Shuchau means holy place, pure Deshe. Right? Should be situated in a sacred place. Then the yogi should then sit on it very firmly. He should sit on it very firmly. Then he have to practice yoga to purify the heart by controlling his mind. Right? That means he has to purify by his heart. You have to purify the heart by controlling his mind. Okay, give me a second. Huh? Just give me a second. Okay, can you hear me? Is it on recording? All right, it's recording. You all can hear me, yeah?
Yes, Prabhu.
All right. There's so much of calls that keep coming in, WhatsApp call. All right, anyway, so now the yogi should then sit on it very firmly. All right, then practice yoga. For what? To purify the heart by controlling his mind, then senses and activities, and fixing the mind on one point. All right, is this possible? Sometimes the people say, I like to go and study yoga and all this. Is it possible? Let's go through it. Let's see whether is it possible or not. Then after that, he said, right? Then 13 and 14, verse 13 and 14 says, Samam kayo shiro grivang darayanna chalam stiraha samprekshya nasikagram swang dishas chana valokayan prashantatma vigata bir brahmachari vrate stita mana sanyamya machitto yukta asita matparaha. What does that mean? That means brahmachari vrate. Brahmachari vrite, the vow of brahmacharyam. So now what he says, Krishna says, one should hold his body, neck, and head erect in a straight line. You cannot sit like this. You have to sit straight. All right? You hold your one's body, neck, head erect in a straight line. All right? Then, after that, stare steadily in the tip of your nose. All right? Can you all look at your nose now? Try to stare at your nose. Can you all stare at your nose? All right, just take out and stare at your nose. Can or not? Come on, somebody say something. Are you
Can,
deaf?
Prabhu. Can.
Can.
Keep
Yeah, I know you
looking
can
at
stare,
the...
but keep staring. Mudiyuma?
ரொம்ப நேரம் முடியல.
Yeah. Yeah, can. I know can. But can you go on doing it? Your eyes will start paining, right? You cannot go on staring. You cannot go on staring at your nose like this. No, your eyes. It's a very, very... If you don't believe, try and see. All right? You try to keep it for 5 minutes at least. You know, your eyes will start paining, right? So now he says, you have to look at the tip of the nose. But the bad news is those who have a flat nose, finish. Those who have a sharp nose, okay lah. But what happened to those who have a chappa mukha, habis? Cannot stare at all, right? Now, so tip of the nose. Thus, with an unagitated, subdued mind. That means the mind which is not agitated, the mind that has been controlled, and the mind that doesn't have fear, devoid of fear. Because at night, you know, you're going to do this, and completely free from sex life. That is one of the requirement, right? When a person wants to practice yoga, especially this kind of mystic yoga, that person has to be free from sex life completely. As a married man can never practice yoga, right? We should remember that. Once a person wants to purify the existence alone, I heard it takes 7 years. Right? All the things that you have eaten, especially the non-vegetarian like meat and everything, all that, whatever things stays in your body for 7 years. It takes 7 solid years to totally eradicate all this and totally live a brahmacharya vrata. Right? That's why you see all these rishis like Sripat Sankaracharya from small event, and he refused. I mean, all these rishis are like that. It's not like a married man frustrated with the wife, cannot tahan the family, run to Himalaya. It doesn't work that way. Right? So completely free from sex life. Okay. Then one should meditate upon me within the heart. Krishna says, meditate upon me. That means I as the Paramatma in the heart. Then make me the ultimate goal of life. Then he says, make me the ultimate goal. Mana samyam machitto. Machitto, me. Ma means me. Okay. Yukta asita mat para. Right? Para means worship. That means I should be your ultimate goal. Right? So like that. Now, then he says, then after he says, Yunjan evam sadatmanang yogi niyata manasaha shanti nirvana paramang mat sangstam adigachati. What does that mean? Thus practicing constant control of the body. Constant control. Not once a week. Not during, some people like to meditate during the full moon. Not once a month. Constant control of the body, mind, and activities. The mystic transcendentalist, his mind become regulated. He attains the kingdom of God. Right? He go to the kingdom of God or the abode of Krishna by cessation of material existence. That means by totally giving up material, by cessation of material existence. What does this mean? Cessation means, but after you give up this material body, after we leave the body, we die, then we go back to the place when we are constantly practicing this activity. Then he says, okay, in 16 and 17, what Krishna says, Natya nashtastu yogusti na chaikantam anashnataha na chati swapnas shilasya jagrato naiva charjuna yuktahara viharasya yukta karmasu yukta swapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. Then after that, Krishna says, there is no possibility of one becoming yogi. Krishna is explaining this. He said, there is no possibility of one becomes yogi, O Arjuna, if one eats too much, nor eat too little, sleeps too much, or does not sleep enough. The one who he who is regulated in his habits of eating, sleeping, recreation, or work can mitigate all material pains by practicing the yoga system. That means those who are regulated in habits of eating, sleeping, recreation, and work can mitigate the material pains by practicing yoga system. So, how is that possible? Okay, eating, all this very important. All right. Okay. Now let's look at the next one. All right. Now, is yoga system practical at this age? Right? There are so many yoga studios. Right? There are so many yoga studios, and people are coming. He said, suddenly one yogi will appear from India and he said, come, I'll teach you yoga and you can become a yogi. You know, and they call each other yogis. Right? Have you seen that? Okay, I've seen once. I went there, he said, oh, yogi, Where are you? I said, which yogi you're talking about? You're calling my friend yogi, right? So yogi, I think, oh, I mean, they are in that kind of hallucination, right? But now let's see. When can we practice this? Now let's look at Yuga Dharma. Yuga Dharma means according to the certain millennium, certain practice has to practice. Number one, right? All right. First is Satya Yuga. First Yuga is Satya Yuga. In Satya Yuga, people live 100,000 years. All right. Their lifespan was 100,000. And that's when they can meditate in this mystic yoga for 10, 20, 30, 40,000. Like Hiranyakasipu meditated for 30,000 years. Right? They can meditate like that. All right. Now, then what is the Yuga Dharma for Treta Yuga? In Treta Yuga, or the second Yuga, the people live 10,000 years, their lifespan. And what is that mode of what they call Dharma? They do big fire sacrifice. And how they do fire sacrifice? They don't take the King Kong matches. No, like that. They just chant the mantra, Swaha, poof, the fire will come by itself. That's powerful. And they do yagya for thousands of years. Right? Until the Lord Vishnu come. Can you see Vishnu with Garuda? And come and elevate. Now we talk about Dwapara Yuga. The Dwapara Yuga, what happened? The lifespan reduced to 1,000. From 100,000 to go to 10,000, in Dwapara Yuga, people live to 1,000 years. And what is the mode of worship? Temple worship. Now you understand when people come and say, oh, look at the ancient temple of India. The ancient temple of India, alien came and built. All kind of bogus statement, right? When they cannot say anything, they call alien. Then after they said alien don't exist, right? But how come the alien came down and built a nice temple? But alien place live like a awful place. When alien can come in a spaceship, why they built a rock temple? Why not they can build a floating temple? When the alien was visiting the world, this kind of AI, this kind of car, plane technology should exist at least 10,000 years before or 5,000 years before. Why only now everything is coming out? Where does the alien came from? That is madness. When people are not under, they don't take the reference of Vedas, they are speculators. Let's see why. In Dwapara Yuga, okay, have you heard or not? Okay, this one I want to ask you. In Tamil language, okay, and also I heard Sanskrit in all the Indian language, there's a term, father, grandfather, great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather. Like that, you can go up to 30 this thing. Have you heard about it? Anyone good in Tamil? Right? Tata, Appa, Tata, Kollu Tata, Adu, then Patan Putan, Katasila, they call Parampara. Something like that. Have you heard about it? Anyone heard? Yes, say yes or no?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, heard about it.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, so tell me what you heard, Mataji. Up to how many level you heard? Kalamani Raja.
Only five, Prabhu.
No, the one you heard normally, but in Tamil literature, they quote up to 30. Have you heard that?
No, not really.
No, okay. Angala Rukmini
No.
Mataji, have you heard that?
Yes, Prabhu. Once I've heard that, but I cannot
yeah,
remember
yes.
after 5. I cannot
Yes.
remember.
They can go up to 30 generation before. So the question is, when there is nothing exists like that, why they need to put that kind of name? If someone doesn't exist, say like 10 generation before my forefather, if the person doesn't exist, why there should be a name? But there's a name because it existed before. Because when you look at this 1,000 years old, right? 1,000 years old, when the when the person building the temple, right? Say like the 50-year-old guy, he's seeing is grandfather's grandfather. So we are talking about ancient technology that passed down through what they call what sastra is it? Stapadi. What? Yeah, that's a word. Or in other words, building sastra. I forgot the distinct word. They call a building sastra.
Just
Yes.
now you told me that the previous people. So do you have any clip? Any video or like that showing that
For what?
the example Prabhu?
Huh?
I mean like you told me that there is elderly people behind. I'm
Tata Patan Putan
yeah,
Mumpatana.
yes.
That one some I just came across. I don't know where to find the video. If you found, please share with us.
I have, but it's only up to 7.
But I've seen up to 30. The last word they call parampara, right?
Yes.
Anyway, you just check it out, all right? Okay, now. So now, when they build that building, when they are guided by the parampara, by the forefathers, that's why they could build the temple perfect. It is not a human technology. They built the temple 500, 600 years because they lived a life like that. It is not some aliens came from nowhere and built the temple and went off. You think alien got nothing else to do in life? You know, it's crazy. That's why sometimes the scientific people, especially the scientists, I just don't understand where they keep the logic. Like Darwin theory, man came from monkey. Maybe his forefather came from monkey, but definitely my forefather never came from monkey because I don't have any features of monkey with me, right? Or any one of you, do you think your forefather came from monkey? Nonsense. Because I asked my grandfather before, that time when my grandfather passed away, he was 85. And that's what I'm talking about. Around when he was 79, 80, I asked, Tata, have you seen any monkey turn into human in your lifetime? Yeah. Where got such thing? Oh, you have not seen. Then I asked my father, right? Because my father is very much into this modern science. I asked, have you seen any monkeys turn into human in your lifetime? Or any monkey gave birth to a human baby? Yeah? Why? No such thing. Okay. Then when I asked my grandfather, okay, you lived a long life, you tell me. Is it nothing? Then from where he got the theory that man came from monkey? Bogus, right? So like that. All right. So that's the Dwapara Yuga. Dwapara Yuga, they worship temple deities. Right? Like Tiruñana Sambandar, right? They chant the Tiruñana Sambandar, they praise the Lord Shiva, enter into the deity. Right? Just like all the things, they just chant, okay? Tirupana Alvar in Sri Rangam. He just saw the deity, he start to sing the glories and merge into the deities. That's the thing. And now in Kali Yuga, what happened? In Kali Yuga, our lifespan reduced. We can live only up to 100 years. 100,000, 10,000, 1,000, and Kali Yuga 100 years. And that is so now, as Kali Yuga goes on, looks like 100 years, something that you cannot even dream of. Right? 80, 85, now cannot even think of it. Now people say, ayo, 60 enough, 60 to 70, right? Because in Srimad Bhagavatam, 12th Canto, or in Bhavishya Purana, it's mentioned about the Kali Yuga. As Kali Yuga descend, people are getting shorter and shorter and shorter, and the lifespan will become shorter and shorter and shorter. It's a horrifying. Anyway, I don't go into the detail. We keep it to Bhagavad Gita first, right? So that's Kali Yuga 100 years. So in Kali Yuga, what's the Yuga Dharma? In Kali Yuga, the Yuga Dharma is to simply chant the holy name of Krishna and dance in ecstasy. Other than that, you cannot meditate. You cannot perform fire sacrifice. When you call a priest to do fire sacrifice, suddenly he says some wrong mantra, what will happen? Right? Hampat swaha. Or there's okay, Rama, Rama. There's a lot of things. Rama, Rama, Rama. In one Sanskrit verse got 7 meaning. A person who's going to do yagya has to be trained from young in Gurukul or under their parampara. These fellows suddenly get suddenly somebody gets some dream and he goes to Playarpati, learn some rituals, learn some mantra, come here, dash bush swaha, dish bush swaha. We don't know. Right? Until now they came out with a new theory. When you do the marriage, you don't chant the Vedic mantra, right? You don't chant the Vedic mantra because the Vedic mantra is talking nonsense. Now they say translate everything to Tamil now. Now they're chanting the mantra in Tamil in getting married. Speculation. So all these things very hard. And talking about temple worship, right? Temple deity worship sometimes not easy. So only thing that in Kali Yuga we can do with our agitated mind, with our disturbed mind, simply chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Okay, now this is the 4 things that we are going through. First, childhood, right? First we were a child. Then second we became, okay, there's a childhood, youth, old age and sleep. This is the 4 way that our life gets sucked off, right? So this is the 4 place. Once we are a child, we lose big portion of our life. From childhood, big, at least 12, 13 years, gone. In youth, when we are excited with life, gone. At old age, gone. And we sleep, gone. So like that. So most of our life are actually taken up. This is the story of duration of life explained by Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj is son of Hiranyakasipu, right? Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 6, Text 7. He says, a child wastes 10 years in boyhood, right? In boyhood, it wastes 10 years. In childhood, another 10 years. Then, when you sleep, just imagine if you if you sleep. Nowadays, people cannot even sleep. If I ask you, can you sleep for 8 hours? It doesn't work. Okay, let me say lah. If you sleep 6 hours a day, right? 6 times, okay, eight, just make 8 hours. Every 3 days, 1 day of your life is gone, right? If you're stuck in the jam, 1 hour a day, every 24 days, 1 day of your life is gone. Wasted on the road, stuck in the jam, right? Like that. So, old age, disease, all these things. So, when can we actually practice dhyana? And when you want to practice dhyana, we also so much of disturbed, right? So, there's so much of disturbance we are facing, right? In hustling, bustling city, how long do we have, right? In this kind of what they call, in this kind of a disturbed place, can we really do Ashtanga Yoga in the hustle bustle city life, right? Possible? Huh? When you just want to meditate, when everybody keep quiet, suddenly the dogs start barking, right? I'm not sure, I've not seen before, but nowadays at night, in the middle of the night, there's some kind of bird is flying around making sound. Have you heard about it? I'm just curious. Yes, okay, Mangala Rukmini Mataji, you know, what bird is that? I was thinking, because now I'm staying near the hills, right? In Ipoh, I'm staying near the hills. At night, it's so nice, so cozy and everything. You know, sometimes at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll just be, okay, it's so nice. And I'll just take one beats. I want just chanting Hare Krishna. Suddenly I can hear some sound. And I'll be looking where the bird sound. Even the bird also not going to let you peace. Right? So imagine, can we really do Ashtanga Yoga? When someone come and tell, come, I teach you how to do Ashtanga Yoga, you should understand. That person are going to generally teach you, or he has been misguided and is misguiding you also. In Bible, it says, blind leads the blind, fall into the ditch. So we have to be very careful, right? The reason we are studying this thing, we are understanding to even protect ourselves against this bogus propaganda. But Bhakti Yoga is very simple. Why? Because Bhakti Yoga you can do anytime, you can do anywhere, then at by anyone. There's no rules, right? You just can simply go to Radha Yatra and just have to sing. There's no rules and regulation. Just sing the name of the Lord and dance in ecstasy. It doesn't take so much of effort. All right? Like recently, there's a group of Russian devotees came to Malaysia. You know, they said, yeah, I cannot keep quiet in one place. So they all want to go out and they all, what happened? Hello? My internet just jammed. Did my internet just jam? Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay.
We
Now,
can.
all right. Now, so these things we can do anywhere and anytime. Hey, not audible. No, Prabhu means what? Jai Sri Ganesh.
Can hear Prabhu. Can hear your voice.
Okay. All right. Now, okay. So anywhere, anytime, by anyone, no problem. Even in this hustling, bustling city. Now, okay. Now 33. But then let's see what Arjuna says. Arjuna vacha yoyam yogastvaya prokta samyena madhusudana etasyaham na pashyami chanchalatvat sthitam stiram. What does it mean? The word that we should look into is this one. All right. He say chanchala. Chanchala means what? Chanchala means monkey. Right? Monkey or agitated like monkey. Chanchala means monkey. He said, Madhusudana, the system of yoga which you have summarized appears impractical. So, my dear Prabhus and mothers, think about it. 5,000 years ago, a great warrior, Raja Rishi, he himself says that this kind of actual meditation, not practical, is impractical and unendurable to me. I can't take it. Yoyam yogastvaya prokta samyena madhusudana etasyaham na pashyami tvat sthitam stiram. All right? Because why? Because the mind is restless and unsteady. Chanchala. Chanchala means what? Like a monkey. The mind. So again, where the problem comes, where everything comes, again, the mind. Because the mind is restless and unsteady. This kind of practice, not practical. Arjuna says, I think I can't do it. Right? Then after that, and he continues. He said, Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramati balavadridang tasyaham nigraham manye vayur ivasu dushkaram. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna. Chanchala means what? Like a monkey, cannot steady. Agitated. Mind. Oh, mind. Krishna, my mind is so agitated. That means the mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong. The mind is very strong. Oh, Krishna. And to subdue it, to control it, I think is more difficult than controlling the wind. He said, then it looks like even the wind can be controlled. Why is saying the wind? Right? Why Arjuna is referring to the wind now? Because Arjuna is the son of, it's also, you got another name. Okay, Vayuputra. Right? So it's a Vayu. So he said, I can even stop the wind from blowing. I can even stop the wind from blowing. I cannot stop my mind from thinking. My mind cannot stop. Why? Because it's restless, turbulent, obstinate, very strong. Right? It's very difficult. Look at this example here. All right? Right. Number one. Okay. Where's the pen? Right. Good. Number one. This is called body. Body means sharira. Right? Our body. Okay, just now I draw the first thing, right? The basic body. In that body, okay, we have 5 senses. Sense of 5 senses, like all 5 senses represent every horse. That means tongue is one horse. The sense of touch, like what? Sex and all these kind of touchable. Then sense of smell, the sense of hearing, and the sense of sight. All these are 5 different senses. They are representing 5 different horses. What does that mean? The horse is a very powerful, can even pull a cart, right? They call horsepower. Every senses are like an individual horse. It's very powerful, right? And the one that controls the horse, the rein, that rein, that the thing that they put around the nose and they control, right? This is called the rein, right? The one that controls the senses is the mind. The mind controlling the senses as the rein of the horse. So all the senses are controlled by the mind, right? And the mind is acting. So the mind is giving information to buddhi, how you should control it. The higher intellect, buddhi. Buddhi is the one that struggling to control, holding the horse, trying to hold the rein to control the horse, struggling. And we, the Atma, the consciousness, are sitting behind and just wondering what's going to happen. And when the thing goes haywire and fall into the ditch, just go to the side of the cliff and the horse cannot stop, all fall. Like recently, there's one calf fell into a ravine and all, boom, human birth is gone. Right? So this is an example. Okay. He said, even I can control, but this is very hard. Then he says, but after that, Krishna being a very practical person. Sorry to interrupt. Atma means soul. Yes, Atma means soul. Yes, correct. Yes, Abhi. Atma means soul. Now, 634, right? But Krishna being very, very practical. What is it? Let's see what he says. 35. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Asanshayam Mahabahu Manodurnigraham Chalam Abhyasena tu Kaunteya Vairakyena cha grihati. Vairakye chena grihati. What he says now? He says, Lord Krishna says, oh, mighty arms, son of Kunti. All right? Son of Kunti means what they call the Arjuna's mother's name is Kunti Devi. What do you say? Well, correct. Undoubtedly very difficult. Yes. Undoubtedly very difficult to curb the restless mind. To curb the restless mind, yes, undoubtedly very difficult. Then he says, but it is possible. It is possible by suitable practice. That means when you do have a suitable practice and also by detachment, by being detached. All right? By detachment. Then the higher intellect is connection to the Godhead. No, just now as I said, Atman means consciousness. To see that you are alive, that means there's an Atma, there's a consciousness. Consciousness is Atma. Atma is consciousness. And consciousness is you. The external factor in a subtle body, mind, intelligent, ego. You remember, Abhi? Just now I draw the thing, right? First, I draw a middle, then I draw the bigger one, right? So this is the gross body, and this is the subtle body. There's three: mind, intelligent, ego. So the intelligent, we are talking about the higher intelligence. You got it? All right, great. Sure, you got it, huh? If you don't know, you can ask, no problem. I love people asking questions. Right, anyway. Now, but he says, it is possible by suitable practice and detachment. So how many of you feel it's good? It sounds like a good idea, right? Maybe some of you likes to do meditation. How many of you like to do meditation? And now by seeing this, I'll be giving you a lot of evidence. Hey, meditation doesn't work. Yes or not? Maybe some of you thought, oh Lama, it really doesn't work. But now Krishna is saying here, right? But still blur, please go ahead. All right. Okay, now. So he said, but I said, meditation doesn't work. But now Krishna is telling, hey, it's possible, Arjuna. It is possible. How? By suitable practice and by detachment. How many of you feel a kind of relief? Be very honest. I mean, just, you can put a thumbs up or whatever. So I can see, because I got a point to make here. If I have problem in life, how to control our mind and not to be in dilemma. Of course, that's what we are going to learn now. Right? Okay, now, who's that person thumbs up? Right? Jai Shri Ganesh, okay? Then second person with thumbs up, who feel relief that you can do meditation. Alamak. Oh, okay, I'll make it bigger. Okay, again, please thumbs up. I want to see. Please again. Who's the person who feel relief that your meditation can be done? Come on, lah, thumbs up again. Because I couldn't see who's the person thumbs up. Alama, come on, lah. He's spotting, lah. I see thumbs up, but I don't know who thumbs up. Oh, okay. Jai Shri Ganesh. Then second one, I saw 2% thumbs up. Okay, anyway, doesn't matter. Right? So now it's like this. So possible by suitable practice and detachment. What is detachment means? Okay, Abhirami asked the question. What is detachment? Can anyone tell me? We have studied that before. What is detachment? Anyone like to share? What is detachment?
Not
Mangala
being,
Rukmani.
not
Yes,
being
someone
attached
said,
to the material, not being attached to the material actually. Yeah?
I mean, not necessarily not material, but not to be attached. Either material or spiritual or whatever, not attached is detached.
Yes.
Okay? Okay, I'm so attached to my work. Right? I'm so attached to my work. Now I detach from my work. You got it, Abhi? So here we're talking about by detachment means by detached from material life. Right? Okay. All right. So now, by suitable practice, yes, it's possible. But now let's see what Krishna says. Well, it's possible. Yes, I put my hand. Okay, good. You understand. I have to change the gesture of this. Whenever I raise my hand, the thing will come out. All right. Lower hand. All right. Now, how come it's not working? Lower hand. Alama. Okay lah, just forget it. All right. But now it's 6:35. Then after that, what Krishna says? Then he said something. But no worry. But after that, let's see what Arjuna is saying. Arjuna vacha ayati shradhayo peto yoga chalita manasaha aprapya yoga samsiddhim kam gatim Krishna gacchati kachinno bhaya vibrahtas chinnabram eva nashyati apratishto mahabaho vimudo brahmana patihi. Right? So let's see what Krishna is saying here. This thing is so annoying. Okay, good. Lead a hatta. All right. So now Arjuna is saying this. Arjuna says, oh, Krishna. All right. Because he say here, yes, it's possible for suitable practice, but Arjuna still is doubtful. Okay. But looks like a person takes a long time to control the mind. Take long time to control the mind. Then he asks the second question. He says, what is the destination of unsuccessful transcendentalists? A person who have become not successful in yoga, who is beginning takes a process of self-realization with faith. When they start, they take with so much of faith. Yes, I can do it. I want to achieve perfection. I do it. But later, after some time, they become bored and this thing with worldly minded. That means after that, they say, yeah, why am I sitting and meditating? I'd rather go out and make some money. I'd rather go to the live with people. What is the point sitting here and all this? So he changed his mind. Right? And thus does not attain perfection in mystics. That means they don't attain perfection in yoga. In this kind of mystic meditation, they don't achieve perfection. Right? And what the question he asks, what is the destination of these people? Then he continues, oh, mighty armed Arjuna, does not such a man who is bewildered from the path of transcendence, that means when the person become bewildered, that means when he go there and change his mind and came out, fall away, that means he fell down from the spiritual and material success because he became useless in both. Material also didn't make it, spiritual also didn't make it. Rendu kata, he came back. All right. So these people will simply perish like a riven cloud. What is riven cloud? In the morning, you see there's a cloud, so nice. When the sun rises, the cloud disappears. Like morning mist cloud, riven cloud. Right? Because cloud has a place in the sky, but the riven cloud is only temporary. Okay? It perished like a riven cloud with no position in the sphere. That means there's no position in the sky. Will they just disappear like that? Are you understand my question? Are you understand what I'm saying? It's very important thing. Okay? If you don't understand, you can stop me. Okay, I believe you all understand right now. Then Krishna says, don't worry, look here. Prapya punya kritang lokan ushitva shashvati samaha shuchinam shrimatam gehe yoga brasto bijayate atava yoginam eva kule bhavati dimatam etadi durlabat tarang loke janmayat idi idirsham. He says, first, the unsuccessful yogi, after many years of enjoyment in the planet of the pious, that is what? When the yogi become unsuccessful, there's nothing is wasted. Unsuccessful yogi, after many years of enjoyment in the planets of the pious. Okay? Pious living entity. What is that? Heaven. When we all are trying to reach heaven, oh, we do this, we go to heaven, Shurga. You do these kind of things, you go to heaven. You do pahala, you go to heaven. All this. All right? Oh, this person has gone to heaven. What is that? Then Krishna is saying, if the yogi become unsuccessful, no worries. He will go to heaven, the planet of the pious living being, pious people. He go there. But what does he do? Scary, very scary. What is that? After many years of enjoyment, what does he enjoy in heaven? Ramba, Urvasi, Somabanam, right? The thing that is prohibited in this material world. Illicit sex, alcohol, all these are illicit in this material world. But you go to heaven, it's a heavenly delight. All right? It's given you a heavenly delight, right? What are you going to enjoy there? You will be look as you are a 16-year-old boy or a girl. You'll be 16-year-old. And you go there, you're going to have fun. The duration of life, we discuss that later. But you go to heaven, Shurga, Indraloka. In Indraloka, what you say? You see Gandharva, Apsara, headed by Urvasi, Ramba, Rambai, Urvasi, Ramba. All these things are there, right? And you'll be given a Somaras, Somaban. Somabana means it's a kind of heavenly alcohol. It's much better than our Malaysia, Malaysia pula. Earth-made whiskey, Johnny Walker, whatever is much better. You go there, you drink, you enjoy yourself. But the problem is, any good things will never last. It all finished quickly, yes or not? When Friday comes, very happy. Then by the time you realize, oh my God, it's Sunday night. Tomorrow I have to go to work. Any good things will finish very quickly. Like today, 6th day of Bhagavad Gita. I cannot believe it. I just feel I just started. Right? So fast, 6th day. Like that, when you are in great heavenly delight, by the time now you see, now you don't pump, you're done. Right? What happened? After many years of enjoyment in the planets of the pious, heaven, the living entity then has to be born into the family of righteous people or into the family of rich and aristocrats. So after the heaven, the person still have to fall down. But after they fall down from heaven, they don't simply born in any kind of ordinary life. Where they will be born, they will take birth in this kind of Ambani family or this kind of fantastic, rich and famous. We see all these people here. All these people basically are people who fell from heavenly kingdom. That's why they can be extremely rich, because they just came back from heaven. They cannot. Then the problem is, after that, what happened? After you finish that heavenly delight, after you come back to this world, live a lavish life, then you start to go enjoy, then you're gone. We talk about it later. All right, that's going to be the discussion also. You got it? So it is scary. But the second thing Krishna says, what is the second he says? Right? He says this now. But if it's unsuccessful, okay, after long practice of yoga, that means the person is not halfway chabut, halfway run away. No. This person really tried, and last minute he couldn't make it. Okay, after long practice, please mark this word. After long practice, these people will take his birth in the family of transcendentalists who are surely great in wisdom. Certainly, such birth is rare in this world. This is not possible, and it's very rare to achieve such birth. Right? So, these are the people who come into this kind of situation. Right? When they are so young, they can take up the sadhana bhakti. They could say, so this is the thing. So in other words, when we're going to practice this kind of yoga, it's not wasted. If you make it, all right, good. If you don't make it, if you sincerely try, don't make it, you're born in the pious family. Or you're going to be born into this kind of rich and aristocrat family, right? So there's nothing is wasted. All right? So that's the thing. After so long, then after that, Krishna says, well, okay, then Krishna says, Prayatnat yatamanastu yogi shangshuddha kilbisha aneka janma shangshiddas tato yati parangati. Aneka janma. After many, aneka means many varieties. In Malay also the word aneka means what? Aneka rasa. Aneka rasa. Clinic aneka. That means that the clinic has many practice. Aneka clinic. So it says prayatnat yatamanastu yogi shangshuddha kilbisha. Aneka janma, varieties of birth. Shangshidas. Tato yati parang gatim. That is the most. So now as you go into this Bhagavad Gita very detailed, you can even feel the way that Krishna is speaking to Arjuna. Well, don't worry. With proper practice, proper sadhana, by detachment, you can do it. And Arjuna says, yeah. But how if they've fallen halfway? How if they're like a raven cloud, just blown away by the wind? What's going to happen to them? If they are halfway chabut, they can be born, they can go to heaven, enjoy heavenly delight of many years, then come back and born into aristocrat family. Or if the person really serious and fall off, he'll be born into a pious family. But then Krishna gave the ultimate reality of this. What he says. Now let's look at this. Even when the yogi engages himself with sincere endeavor, right? Okay, I think I've used a bigger one, right? Okay. When the yogi engages himself with sincere endeavor, sincerely is working in his endeavor to make further progress. Then what he says, then the another part is this one. Then being washed, all contamination. What is that contamination? Anarthas, lust, anger, pride, envy, right? All these nonsense things all were cleansed, thoroughly washed. There's no contamination. And Krishna says, then ultimately he achieves perfection. Ultimately achieve perfection. After all this troublesome process, he achieved perfection. Then the scary part, after many birth of practice, first you clean your contamination, right? Then you achieve perfection. Then you practice in that perfection for many births. Then he attains the supreme goal. So then what is Arjuna? So what Krishna is telling Arjuna, look here, yes, it's good. But if the person is sincere endeavor and he really work hard, he wash all his contamination. How are you going to wash his contamination? Like just now we studied by looking at the eyes in the tip of the nose or putting the eyes in between the eyebrow, not sitting too high, not sitting too low. You have to put a kusha grass and you put a, what they call a deer skin and put a soft cloth. Sit there and with a steady mind, without being disturbed. At night, they'll be hearing some sound. Sometimes you can hear, while you're, oh, tiger. Oh my God, is it lion? Is it a tiger? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's a what? It's a ghost. You have to be aware of all these kind of things. You have to really control yourself. And that's when only you could be able to wash your contamination. Then after washing all your contamination, then you achieve perfection. In that perfect stage, you take many births in practice of severe austerity yoga, then only attain the supreme goal. Because Krishna is telling Arjuna, because Arjuna says, I want to give up this kingdom, I want to go into the forest, I want to be a Tava Munivar. I'd rather go to the jungle and meditate. rather than fight with these fellows for this thing. Now Krishna said, now you see, you want to do it? I say, oh, Alama, you know, they'll be like, oh, can I do it? Nah, right? Okay, now let's do the next one. Okay, then 47, Krishna says, but now Krishna giving his verdict. What is his verdict? All right, now Krishna is giving his verdict. He says, Yoginam api sarvesham mat gate nantar atmana shraddhavan. Engage. How? Bhajate, worship. Yo mam means me. Sa me yukta tamamataha. Yoginam api sarvesham mat gate nantar atmana shraddhavan bhajate yomang sa me yukta tamo mataha. Now he says, and of all yogis, among all yoginam, api sarvesham, sarva. That means there are so many yogis, yoginam, among all the yogis, the one with great faith, all right, who always abides in me, mat gate nantar atmana, always thinking about me. Shraddhavan, faith. Shraddha means faith, right? The one always with great faith, who always abides in me. He always think of me within himself, all right? He always think of me, always abides in me means he follow the rules. Okay, abide. Okay, you listen to him, yes. And he always think of him. That is Krishna conscious. Conscious means thinking of him within himself. Then renders transcendental loving service unto me. Krishna doesn't want you to be afraid of him. Right? You don't need to, Krishna, no. He said, come, love me. Come on, boy, my boy, come. Show me your love, transcendental love. Bhajate, bhajo. Shraddhavan, with faith. Bhajate, with love. Mam, me. Then he says, Same Yukta, he is the most intimately united with me. He is so intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. And that is my opinion. Now Krishna is saying, that is my opinion. So Arjuna, what do you think? You say you want to be a meditation? I told you all the things about meditation. Right? And in order to achieve perfection, it's going to be very tough. So you want to be a yogi? Now let me tell you what yogi you should become. You have great faith. Of all the yogis, one with great faith abides in me. Think of me. Render transcendental loving service to me. And this person is very mostly intimated with me in yoga. And he's the highest of all. And he's the person who is highest of all. And he says, that's my opinion. So, what are you going to do? So with that, we end the session for today. Right? I think that's the final one, right? Okay, I need to clear this. So, what is the yoga ladder? Okay, the yoga ladder looks like this. Number one, karma. First, we start karma. We start to do activity. Right? Then we do jnana. We gain knowledge. Third is dhyana. We do meditation. Now, bhakti. So what is Krishna is suggesting? Why not you take shortcut? From karma, you jump to bhakti. Karma, you jump to bhakti. Once you achieve bhakti, you have achieved dhyana, you have achieved jnana. Jnana, you will be acquiring knowledge and you go into meditation while you are awake and while you are still meditating in Krishna. So from karma, from activities today, jump to birth. Take a shortcut. I want to go through all these things. Karma. After that, few birth of jnana. Then after that, few birth in dhyana. Then you come to bhakti. After what, 20, 30 birth. Come on, la. One birth itself say you live up to 70 years. La. After 10, 20 birth, what, 140 years, 700,400 years. You think it's worth it? Right? What I'm talking about, we'll study as we go on in the future chapters. Right? I don't want to shoot everything at one go in this chapter. Right? So with this, again, let me tell you, take the RDC formula very seriously. This RDC formula can save you from the greatest type of danger. When you look at all this kind of system, everything looks so scary. Hey, can I do that? Don't worry whether you can do or not. Do the preliminary program. RDC formula. Read Bhagavad Gita faithfully every single day. And please distribute Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is like a time bomb. When you put in someone's house, some or other, somewhere in something, suddenly the thing will explode. And the whole house, the whole people, everyone can be liberated. Right? I have seen it with my own eyes. 20, 30, 20, 25 years ago, I sold a Bhagavad Gita to one particular, what they call, policeman. And today that policeman, who is now is a ASP retired, now he has dedicated his life for Krishna today. 70 plus years old. And is not under anxiety. My dear Prabhus and mothers, let me tell you, if you're young, you may not understand. But as you get older, when your body starts dwindling, when you start to feel like kind of fear, the one and only thing you should always keep, you must keep your mental strength strong. If only you do not train your mental strength to be strong, you're going to suffer terribly. A person get amnesia, dementia, all right? And it's a quick distinction and start to talk nonsense. You want to avoid that, you have to keep your mind always engaged in chanting and reading and this thing. So go and distribute Bhagavad Gita. Distribution of Bhagavad Gita, you have to take this thing. So today we have 32 people. I suggest if each and every one of you can take 3 books commitment, all right? Just 100 ringgit, just take 3 books and go and distribute. Look for the people, right? If you 3 people, that means the 100 people around you in your area, in your locality, definitely they're going to achieve some kind of sukriti or some kind of auspiciousness. So you have the power in your hand. If you don't believe, simply try and see. Don't take my word for granted, because I'm always very practical. I always want evidence, scientific evidence, not sentimental or not a blind following. What is that evidence? So I have experienced for the last 4 or 5 years, few hundred people came for my training. They have a huge transformation when they start to distribute Bhagavad Gita. So when you read Bhagavad Gita, when you distribute Bhagavad Gita, when you chant Hare Krishna, your life will be fantastic. You can never believe how your life will be. So try it. You have not tasted a sugar. How am I supposed to explain how the sugar tastes like? What I tell, open your mouth now. That the sugar tastes like. So I want you to feel the nectar of RDC formula. When you have that nectar, all the other unwanted things will start to leave you without even doing all these kind of severe yoga and this and that, like stretching and no gymnastic exercise. No need. Simply chant Hare Krishna, read Bhagavad Gita, and distribute Bhagavad Gita. Your life will be fantastic. With that, we end the session today. We open for a question. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Any comment? We got 32 people.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhu, just now that heavenly planet, only the pious who have done pious, punya, they've done a lot of punyas, they will go up to heavenly planet. Once they finish their punyas, they come down, right? So they will come down, you're according to what you have explaining, you'll come into a richest family. All the rich people, well, those people also will practice sadhana's spiritual life.
That's why when you see all these rich people, they build temple like Tata, like Birla, they build their Krishna temple, and they build a deity made of some kind of precious gem, diamond. They got a deity of Krishna. So they do this kind of thing. That means when they come, they do this kind of charity. They support the distribution of Bhagavad Gita, printing the Bhagavad. All this they will do.
Yes. But they're not practicing the Krishna conscious.
They are so happy in life. How they go to practice? They have no time to enjoy.
So again, by doing all these things, also punya. So still go back again to heavenly planet.
But of course, because of his, that's why the following chapter will study that. What happened after they become a millionaire? They become so entangled in their sense gratification, fall down. Back to animal, back to other district. So from heavenly kingdom, punya, they come back as a rich man. From hellish kingdom, when they go up, pavam, that means those who go up, papa or sin, they go to the hell, they come up through other lower abominable animals. Right? Yeah. So it can start like, like Shiva Puranam, in the funeral they used to sing, Kallagi, Pullagi, Maramagi, Kodiyagi, Idagi, Adagi, all that. So what is that? We'll discuss that. 1 conscious, 2 conscious, 3 conscious, 4, 5 conscious animals, 6 conscious human being, senses, 6 senses human being, 7 senses the devatas. What does that mean? We will discuss in our following classes.
Thank you, Prabhu.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Mataji, for wonderful question. Then we have tomorrow, chapter 7. It is the title. All right. Let me read you. Any one of you got a Bhagavad Gita? Can you please tell what is the title of chapter 7? Yes. Rukmani Mataji is saying.
Knowledge of the absolute.
Chapter 7.
Yeah. Knowledge of
Okay.
the absolute.
Then, chapter 7, we are starting the new division in Bhagavad Gita. All right? Because knowledge of the absolute. Then, chapter 9, chapter 8. What is chapter 8?
Attaining the supreme. How to
Attaining the supreme. How to attain the supreme. Why you need to learn these 2 chapters? Because you're going to come to the chapter 9, you'll understand. What is that? Chapter 9?
the most confidential knowledge.
The most confidential knowledge. Raja Vidya, Raja Guhya. Raja Vidya. Raja Vidya means the king of knowledge, which is Raja Guhya. Raja Guhya means the most confidential part of the knowledge. This is something that you're going to reveal. And imagine now you can think about it. Sometimes when you see this, some house, you go and see the people are, if you have hang anything like this, the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, what have you brought, this kind of motivational nonsense quote you have, please remove it at once. It's very offensive. Bhagavad Gita is not a mundane motivation book. It is a deep book on philosophy. Sir, have you seen, like I've seen my uncle's house, there's a big thing. What have you brought? Krishna will be sitting like standing like this, and Arjuna will be standing like this, and down there there's a quote. I say, what nonsense is this? So we have to get rid of all this ignorance from everyone. So you can help me to do that. I have a problem with life, how to control my mind. Out of now, okay, we're going to discuss this thing. Then Hare Krishna, thank you so much. Yesterday and today's session has been very enlightening. Oh, Sharmila Mataji, yes, fantastic. So I used to meet her at this morning. She was in the vegetarian restaurant. So I'm so happy that I've joined. All right. So if there's no question, we end the session here. Thank you so much. It's such a one. What is false ego? False ego means false identification. Shobha? False ego means false identification. That means I'm a man, I'm an Indian, I am this. You are trying to tell me what to do. When the husband and wife quarrel, they said, oh, my father brought me up like this. All this identification of yourself is called false ego. Okay, Shobha, you got it? Great. Yes, Chong Prabhu, you want to say something?
Yeah, I want to referring the first verse of this chapter and the second verse. So it's referring to works, the fruits of work, and he work as he is obligated, is in the renounced order of life. Then he's a true mystic, which means he's a true yogi. That's a true yogi. Is it under the these 2 verse and the second verse also? It's referring that this renunciation is the is the best. It's the best. Is it referring to Krishna? This works in Krishna consciousness. The chapter 5. Is it referring to chapter 5?
Oh, you're talking about chapter
yoga
5.
Action in Karma
Okay,
yoga.
now shutting out all the external sense object, keeping the eyes and vision. All right. And this person becomes free from desire, fear, and anger. One who is always in this state is certainly liberated. You are talking about that?
I'm saying this Jnana Yoga, verse 1.
Oh, it's not in the. You are talking from the book. You are talking from the book.
Yeah.
Not from the slide.
Yeah.
All right. Can you read the translation again?
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "One who is unattached to the fruits of his work and who work as he is obligated is in the renounced order of life, and he's the true mystic, not he who likes no work, he who likes no fire and perform no duty."
Okay. Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Anashrita karma palang. Karyam karma karotiya. Sa sannyasi cha yoga cha na niragni na chakriya. The personality of God, it said, one who is unattached to the fruit and who works as is obligated. That means he works only because he's obligated in the renounced order of life, and he is the true mystic, not he who lights no fire and perform no. That means, in other words, a person who are true mystic is the person who have his activity, right? But his activity, you don't expect the result from the activity. Okay, now when you look at this word, one who is unattached to the fruit. Are you following me? Chong Prabhu, are you following me?
Yes.
So not attached to the work, but he is working because he's obligated. Are you following that?
Yes.
He's a
Yes.
true yogi.
Oh, yogi.
Not the flirt who don't put a light, or the one who don't even perform no duty. That means the flow don't do anything, simply sit in one place. He's not the real yogi. You got it?
Yes.
So that means we should be actively involved, not sitting in one place and doing nothing. So this is not good. Because this is the starting of this chapter, Arjuna Krishna is telling that, hey, look here, this is what true yogi. Then he explained. The end of the day he said. Then the final verse, what he said? Now look here. Yes, finally he make a declaration. Now you see, just abide in me, think of me, like that, you are the real yogi. What he said in the first number 1, he conclude in the final verse. Okay.
Okay. Very
Right.
mystical, this one.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. The more you ask, Bhagavad Gita is so wonderful. You can just go and read. That's why I say, the reason I told you to read left and read right? Because once you can have that habit of doing this, that, eventually you can go front and you can go back and you can make a link. You can, amazing. All right.
Prabhu,
So
I did that. Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes after you finish, then I even the verse, I start from the back also. Then, wow, it's getting like, it's going after something better.
Yes. Definitely. Okay.
Thank you,
So I
Prabhu.
hope you're. No, my pleasure, Babu, my pleasure. So anyway, thank you so much for giving me such a pleasure. Okay, because I am feeling very excited. I feel so much of pleasure discussing about this Bhagavad Gita, especially this thing. Tomorrow is chapter 7. Please don't miss it. And of course, there is also some because after this, I have to off and on the video. All right, the recording. So try your best not to miss. Come for live program. Right. Of course, I'm not going to ask you to on your camera. Hey, on your camera like other people. I say, just be very comfortable. Make sure you listen to what I'm telling. Right. So, okay. So tomorrow is chapter 7.
Thank you, Guruji.
Yes, chapter 7. And okay, I also like to hear your feedback. Please, I need feedback because I don't know whether I'm talking the right thing or talking nonsense. How to find out whether I'm talking nonsense? So you must tell me, okay? So please send feedback to the group. Those who are not participating, they'll be saying, what these guys have spoke. At least they can go back to listen to the recording. All right. So please do me the favor. No need to like say something which doesn't exist. From your heart, what is your takeaway? What have you seen? Like, oh, you give a fantastic talk. No need lah. Just say, what is your takeaway? I learned something like this. So I want to know what actually, where it's actually touched your heart, right? Because do remember, we also have our Shanti Rupa Mataji and all that authority on these things are also in the group. You know what they will do? They will take it. They will take all these things and they will forward to my spiritual master. Because if I go and tell, I don't like to say, because they feel that I am showing off, like Howley and showing off, like go and hey, see what I've done. I don't like to do that. So I told Mataji, whatever things you think you good, you forward to Guru Maharaj. So I also want to offer this thing. So please, what is your takeaway? Maybe 1, 2, 3 words, or anything that you feel that you're inspired, anything that you think that you have learned something new, all right? Anything that you think that you're going to practice in your life, you can just simply share, right? And of course, all these are duly noted, all right? Let them see, take, and they will forward to my Guru Maharaj, okay? Because as a disciple, my duty is also to please my spiritual master, all right? That's my duty. That's why we are taking and dedicating our time, our really precious time. In fact, today I supposed to go out with my wife. So we are sitting here and doing all this because that is the commitment with the spiritual master. That commitment is uphold with all your life, right? That is the first, others, nothing matters, right? Of course, I'm not asking you to do that, but that's my commitment that I've taken, right? So, because sometimes I don't know whether I'm talking. So I want to get your feedback. So I know how to decide. Like before, there was a admin. The people used to give feedback on a way that it comes into some kind of a system lah. So, oh, this flow talk so fast. Oh, you talk in what American slang. Huh? Then one guy say, I spoke in a British slang. Oh, this will talk nonsense. I said, oh. So that is how I correct myself. Please don't feel bad. You think I'm talking nonsense? Please tell me I'm talking nonsense. Because we are talking serious matter, Krishna's matter. So please, and of course, tell me why I was where I spoke nonsense. Right? Don't simply, hey, you talk nonsense. I want to know where, so I can correct myself. Till then, have a beautiful day. Vancha kalpatrubhyascha kripa sindhubhya Paditanam pavinebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Have-
Thank you,
Thank
Prabhu.
you,
Thank
Prabhu.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Prabhu.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Dandavad.